Hello, friends. Welcome back to Shadow Play Tarot. Thank you so much for joining me here today, friends. If you are new to the channel, welcome. Make yourselves at home. There is so much content to catch up on. And if you're returning, well, friends, you guys already know what's up. I appreciate you so much. Let's dive to today's reading. We are going to be looking into the year ahead, this upcoming year, 2025. These are going to be more general messages than the other reading that we posted yesterday, which was all about your love life, which covered both romantic and family and platonic relationships in the upcoming year. And so in this reading, we are going to be looking into getting some general messages for you as to what are some of the major themes that might be coming up for you in this upcoming year ahead. We will be also looking into specifically into your career, workflow, your finances, and seeing if there's any major changes coming up for you. You guys know, though, it's a collective reading on YouTube, so super important that you use your own discernment. These are super highly predictive readings. The energy is always changing. If you're not vibing with what I'm picking up on today, or if it sounds like been there, done that, and you're not going to repeat a cycle, it definitely doesn't mean you're going to. It just means that it's probably not your story today. All right, friends, you guys know what to do. We have 3 groups to choose from. We have group number 1, group number 2, and group number 3. Whenever you're ready, you're ready. Hello, my group number 1s. If you picked this patch, then welcome to your reading, friends. It's so weird not saying sticker, but yeah, it's actually a patch. My group number 1s, thank you so much for joining me here today. Can you guys believe we're already at the end of another year? So yeah, let's rock with it. Let's see what 2025 has in store for you today. These are going to be general messages as to what you can expect and what are some of the major themes that are going to be coming up for you this year. We are going to be asking specifically about your money, your work, your career, what that flow is going to be like. And yeah, let's get into it. But a reminder, though, if you hear something that you're not really into, or if it's repeating something, a been there, done that situation, friends, it doesn't mean you're going to be repeating that. It doesn't mean that it's your story. So yeah, just use your own discernment. You guys know, though. All right, especially with these predictions, they go so far out too, guys. Energy is always changing, but maybe I'll link last year's readings and see if you check them out and if anything there resonated. You guys will have to let me know. I'm so curious about that. All right, let's get into it. Thank you so much for joining me here today, friends. And thank you, Spirit, for allowing me to channel these messages today for the collective and my group number 1s. My group number 1s, please, Spirit. My group number 1s, what can we know? What can you tell us their upcoming year ahead in 2025? What are some of the major themes that are going to be coming up for my group number 1s? What are some of the major themes coming up for my group number 1s in the upcoming year ahead? Thank you, Spirit. What does 2025 have in store for my group number 1s? What can they expect? What are some of the major themes that are going to be coming up for them in this upcoming year ahead? Thank you, Spirit. Messages for my group number 1s. What are some of the major themes coming up for them? We have the 10 of Cups, the 3 of Swords. Messages for my group number 1s. All right, so there could be something here in regards to something that you really wanted to happen that maybe it doesn't go as planned. This could be something that you're already dealing with now. It doesn't mean something that's going to happen next year, because this tower in the reverse talks about recovery or getting over that big tower moment. So maybe you guys are going into the year feeling some type of way. This could be about your career, your finances. For some of you, it's motherhood. For others of you, it's your financial stability, or anything regarding kind of that type of energy. All right. Specifically for some of you, it could have to do with children. Messages for my group number 1s, please. What are some of the major themes coming up for them this year? Ace of Cups. Something new, a new opportunity. So this could be how you're starting. This feels like the earlier energy, how you might be going into, or something that you experience earlier on, and then the year kind of slowly progresses. This Ace of Cups makes us It's like comforting. All these three energies that we're ending in, it's definitely comforting. Um, because it tells us like things do get better. Now, whatever so for some of you, it's loss, or it could be anything, right? But this does feel like you feel a sense of loss when it comes to an opportunity that maybe you thought you had in the bag, or you've been nurturing it, or you've been thinking about it, you've been planning for it. So there's something here. Like I said, maybe it doesn't go according to plan. Tell me why the 10 of Cups. Messages for my group number ones. What are some of the major themes coming up for them? Six of Swords in reverse. There's something here that maybe you feel like you're having difficulty moving on from or getting over. It's not feeling better. Why the Three of Swords? Two of Pentacles. Again, this feels like old energy. This doesn't feel like, for most of you, I should say. If nothing is wrong, no one is here to plant ideas in your head. Absolutely not. If you've been through some shit, I'm just here to see you and validate that through this energy reading. Because what I'm seeing here is that there's a little bit of a back and forth. I have my good days, I have my bad. Things are good, things aren't so good. Because there's still some sense of disappointment, that it just feels like there's a struggle here. You're trying to get this new thing going, this new life going, this project going, this idea executed, or you're feeling like things may not be moving forward. And again, like I said, it's like you have your good days and your bad perhaps, but this Ace of Wands in reverse tells me it's from the past, or it's like it's not kind of, we can't get things off the ground. Tell me why the Queen of Pentacles, please. Why the Queen of Pentacles? The Four of Wands. Okay, your home, your stability. Why the Tower in reverse? Page of Cups. And why the Ace of Cups? All right, so you could be trying to give an opportunity to someone, or pour it into something that, like, they may not be ready, or the commitment isn't really there. Because I do feel you're trying, and there's a sense here of not making progress. Oh, and you guys, literally, when I started reading right here, my nose started itching so bad, and it's like not going away. And it's so aggravating, and it almost feels like this might be something that you're kind of feeling. Not the itchy nose that won't go away. All right, what else, please? Why the 10 of Cups with the Six of Swords in reverse? Seven of Pentacles, you're investing into this, you're prioritizing. You guys could also feel like it's hard to make progress because of all the responsibilities that you have. I do feel like you have success this year in something that you're working on. But because of that, there's other areas of your life that necessarily don't feel like they're flowing the way that you want them to. So for some of you, your work, your home, that could be amazing, but your relationships, or um, growing something, expanding your family, even if that's like getting a pet or a dog, it feels like there's challenges in getting that. It does feel like that there's room, though, for planning ahead, or things slowly falling into place. And planning ahead would be like, this is how you're feeling now, but you kind of start working towards something that a few months later you're doing better, or your situation is improving. That's not for everyone, but I do see love present, and I see things to celebrate. Tell me about the Three of Swords with the Two of Pentacles. You could be dealing with something on and off, or it's your mind, the way you feel, or the way you kind of change your mind with that Hangman in reverse. But that Two of Pentacles tells us you kind of go back and forth. Why the Five of Cups with the Ace of Wands in reverse? Knight of Wands. Yeah, something's on and off, and it leaves you flip-flop. Tell us more, please, about this Queen of Pentacles. It's like you're looking for stability, or you're looking for, it's like you have a lot to offer, but it's like the right one or the right opportunity. Why the Queen of Pentacles with the Four of Wands? Yeah, because someone here isn't kind of ready to take your pentacle, whatever that is. Maybe you haven't found the right work environment, or the place that can give you enough, or the person that is showing up the way you can. You guys might be traveling this year as well. If not, I do see a lot of you are going to be connecting with a person, but it does feel on and off. And a part of this like makes you really happy, but at the same time, there's something here that feels like it's not reciprocated, or it's not balanced, or you have more to give in the situation. Why the Ace of Cups with the King of Wands in reverse? Four of Swords, Two of Cups. For some of you, this is someone that you were on a break from, or that could even be signifying that this person kind of falls off sometimes, or we end up taking breaks from it. If it's a person, you feel connected to them. For some of you, this is your search for your person. You're searching for your soulmate, but you're only coming across the King of Wands in reverse. Tell me about the Six of Pentacles in reverse. The Queen of Wands, frustration. Frustration over wanting more. Or for some of you, it's to reconnect or get back out there. The Devil, the Ace of Pentacles in reverse, the Fool. Someone could be self-sabotaging. And someone isolates when they kind of get freaked out. Like they don't know how to cope. That's a message for those of you that this is a person you're dealing with. All right. Let's continue. Let's look. If this sounds like your love life, I would definitely check out that reading, the other reading, the love reading, if you haven't already, because they might go together. All right, friends, let's look into what your workflow and your finances and your career are going to be like this year. Thank you, Spirit. Messages for my group number ones, their upcoming year ahead. What are their career and workflow and finances going to look like? Thank you, Spirit. What's their workflow and money going to look like in 2025? What can they expect? Messages for my group number ones, please. Their career and their money flow, their finances. What can they expect? What does this year have in store for them when it comes to their money and their work and career? Messages for my group number ones. Four of Pentacles, the Lovers, Two of Swords. So you're doing things like your way, or what feels best for you. That could be, so some things are just hard to change, right? That could be that, okay, for some of you, it's how much you get paid, but we already kind of talked about that in the beginning part of the reading. But others of you, it could be like your own commitment to actually kind of bettering your situation or getting out of your comfort zone. It feels like what you're doing or the way you're operating, it's by choice. And even though you might be wondering, I'm not sure what to do, I feel stuck, there's still a feeling here of staying in our comfort zone pretty firmly in place. Because, change might be uncomfortable, or putting ourselves out there to some degree. Because this is hitting on the ego, with these two kind of fiery energies right next to each other. That Lovers tells me, though, that you're choosing this. And the Four of Pentacles, it's very controlled. It's very much in my comfort zone, and it's kind of possessive, or it's also like an indicator of how we're spending our money, which doesn't leave us with very much left over. What else, please? their money, career, and workflow in 2025. The Knight of Swords in reverse. Why the Four of Pentacles? Beware of spontaneous purchases for things that are trendy but not long lasting. They'll make you look good or feel good for like one event, and then they just kind of sit there. So beware of things like that. Judgment, it says, you know. Literally, that's what I even heard it in song form. But it was J. Cole saying she knows. So yeah, it's saying that you know this. Judgment, you're making a judgment call. You could also be trying to pull back on your spending. Why the Lovers? Whatever it is, it's by choice, friends. The Ten of Pentacles. You guys could be, you're just locked into your career for some of you. This is what you do, you know, and you already kind of know what to expect. So I don't really, for those of you, especially if you're locked into, I feel like I get a lot of like teachers or people in the, in school districts that pop up in the readings or something like that, right? It doesn't have to be traditional teacher like that, or but some kind of system like that where it's like you're seniored in, and the longer you're there, it's like the deeper the grip is because you know you enjoy what you do, yes, but besides that, it's you know it's a sense of familiarity. Did I say that word right? You guys know what I mean. Yeah, it's like you know you go somewhere where everybody knows your name, perhaps. All right, you guys could also, you know, be living like this because you just got families that rely on you. You're supporting them kids or those fur kids, all them plants you have, you know, and not the random wild dolphin you decided to adopt out of nowhere in the middle of the night. All right, we have the Page of Wands, but I have so much fun and I like my little razzle dazzle. I like my looks. I think you are going to be trying to pull back, but honestly, I do see that there's just certain things you can't say no to, you know? So like I said, I'm not seeing any, yeah, you don't like to worry about, you're like, no, I want it. I'm going to get it. And that's totally fine. Um, but if this sounds like you now, to me, it doesn't feel like this is any new energy. This feels like um, it's pretty locked in right now is what it feels like. So you're waiting for something to maybe drastically change, but at the same time you're stopping yourself or you're not committing yourself to that change. So it's almost like I'm just gonna maybe think about this, pray on it, or see what time brings. All right, tell me about the Tower with the Knight of Swords, or the with the yeah, that is the Knight of Swords. All right, with the Knight of Swords in reverse. What is this about? Temperance in reverse, frustration. So some of you guys could be having a break or there's a change in your workplace that brings kind of concerns. You might be concerned of being laid off and you get really like worked up about it. Now, whether it happens or not, I can't really tell. I just know that there is something here that is tipping you one way. That Temperance in reverse, Hierophant in reverse, it tells me it's so uncomfortable because either something's unconventional or we're not following the rules, it's not going according to plan, something's not going the way it was supposed to. So for others of you, this could be unexpected changes at work where maybe people do get let go and it's not fair. Or you get promised something that doesn't end up happening and you know you're upset. This feels like this is towards the end of the year. Or maybe this is happening now and this is, you know, kind of showing how it's going to progress. All right, let's see. Why the Two of Swords with the Page of Wands? Two of Pentacles in reverse. You're just unsure. Okay, so there's a lot of there's a feeling here where you don't want to look a certain way, or you don't want something a certain way. There is, you know, there's materialistic or like ego things coming through, which the only reason I say it like that is because that's the easiest way to kind of describe it. It's fine, we're human, but it's almost like oh, I don't want to do that job, or like, oh, I hate that outfit they have to wear. Or I shouldn't have to be doing this. There's a feeling like that, you know, where it's our ego that is also being triggered. All right, my group number ones. That's what I kind of see for what's coming up for you in this upcoming year ahead. Let's get you guys some oracle cards. Oh, you know what? Let's do astrology dice today too. I forgot that I wanted to do that until I just made eye contact with them. All right. Let's see. What are some words for my group number ones for 2025? What are some key words for them this year? Not the anxiety flying out. Cleanse, bitch. Cleanse that anxiety. Give yourself a cleanse. And yeah, there's going to be, maybe that's what you're doing now. Maybe you guys also have like seasonal kind of induced anxiety, which I don't know if that's a term. I'm not here for that. But I know there's like seasonal depression. So maybe it's something like that, you know, that it gets triggered at a certain time. Because I did see that there's something that kind of comes up towards the end of the year, which would kind of match the timing that we're in right now. We have rejection. There could be a lot of rejection, or there could be a lot of doors closing, or that cause some frustration. Yeah. You could also be frustrated over fear of rejection, and it might be keeping you frustrated because, oh, look. And as I said that, I swear I didn't even see that that was underneath. Then we have stop, fear, and stop. So don't let your fear stop you, because it does feel like for some of you, that was the energy that was coming through. We have rest at the bottom of the deck as well. All right, let's get these little guys. Let's get them going. All right, thank you, Spirit. Right, we have Cancer. Oh, we have double Cancer. So it could be, you know, someone could be a water sign, but other than that, that could even signify a time of year. I also see Aquarius and Scorpio. So water and air coming through. We have 8, 12, 9, 7, 5, 6, 1, 4, 41, 54, 89, 87, 98, 97. We have sun in Scorpio, Aquarius, Sagittarius, Cancer, sun and moon. Interesting. What does it mean? Enter the meme. So your sun and moon. Someone could have like their moon in a feminine sign. That's kind of random, but because I was getting like Venus energy. All right. Okay, so you guys are going to be you're going to be faced with karma and breaking out of it and following your destiny, or aligning yourself with what you're meant for. And that's going to be uncomfortable. Whether that's in the workplace or emotionally, or your role at home, or how you're viewing things. So I really feel like your perspective, it's going to be changing this year, but I don't think it's going to be very, changes often not comfortable. So we were feeling a lot of feelings of wanting things a certain way. And if there's resisting, that could be when the anxiety kind of kicks in, friends. But I am seeing the North and the South node coming through as well. All right, my group number ones, that is what I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed your reading. I hope it resonated. I'm sending you guys so many blessings for the upcoming year ahead. I appreciate you so, so much. Please take care of yourselves, and I'll catch you at the next one. Thanks, guys. Hello, my group number twos. If you picked the sticker, then welcome to your reading, friends. Today, we're going to be talking about 2025 and seeing what is going to be coming up for you this year. We are going to be asking the question, what are some of the major themes going on for you in 2025? And then we're going to be asking about your career, your money, all of that good stuff. What's your workflow going to be like in this upcoming year? My group number two is a reminder. This is a collective reading on YouTube, so please use your own discernment. Take what resonates, leave the rest for someone else. If you're not vibing with the energy I'm reading today, or if you've been there, done that, and you're not looking to repeat it, it just probably means it's not your story today, friends. And that's okay. That does happen. All right, my group number twos. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for joining me here today. Let's get to it. Thank you, Spirit, for allowing me to channel these messages today for my group number twos. Messages for my group number twos, please. The upcoming year ahead in 2025. What are some of the major themes that are going to be coming up for them in this upcoming year ahead? What are some of the major themes coming up for my group number twos in 2025? Thank you, Spirit. Messages for my group number twos. What are some of their major themes next year? Thank you, Spirit. Messages for my group number twos, please. Ooh, Ace of Wands. You're focused on new beginnings. Maybe you're bringing more excitement into your life, or you're feeling a little more creative, a spark. We have the Five of Wands. Interesting. Okay, so you guys might have an idea or be entering a space where it's kind of competitive. You might be stepping into, oh, I just heard Snake's Den. I don't know. Like maybe this even feels like you could be collaborating with someone, or you get hired, or maybe there's a new person that joins the group, or you just have some form of success. It's almost like you're shining and it's causing reactions around you that they're not yours. It's like, um, yeah, it could feel a little unfair at times. So you could be faced with jealousy this year, like people being jealous or you being in competitive environments. Thank you, Spirit. Messages for my group number twos, please. What are some of the major themes for them in 2025? We have the World in reverse. Yeah, because see, you're shining. You're this Queen of Wands with that Ace of Wands. You're holding something and it's growing. You're holding it and it's growing, is what I'm getting, literally. Look how we start off with a shorty over here, and now, we're gaining traction. You're getting roots too. You're sprouting roots. Interesting. You guys could get like online, I almost said like online hate, but yeah, we'll go with it. For some of you, you may encounter more trolls than normal, or people leaving kind of passive aggressive comments or something kind of shady. Someone's comments are shady. And you're just like, eh, okay. I don't think you're paying them as much mind as you did in the past, or as you would have at another point or another age and stage of your life. You guys could be dealing like going into the year with dealing with some kind of contract or situation that needs to be revised, or you're not done dealing with it, but I think you kind of have the upper hand, is what it feels like. Yeah, because you're staying in your own lane. That's what happens. You stayed in your own lane. You guys could even be like working out or working on yourselves, or you're focused on your health, your stability, you're paying your own bills. It's like you're literally in your own lane. And there's outside little energies around you that you're causing a little stir to some degree. You're going to be triggering people this year. You know why? So you're going to be triggering people this year, and you're going to kind of have to see it for what it is, or learn to, because any progress that you're making, for some reason, there's people around you, whether they are strangers on the internet, and projecting whatever bullshit onto you, which is what happens, friends. Or if these are people in your workplace, or even friends. I don't really think these are friends, but it feels like it's more centered on work, or work that you're doing. And people they're salty because you making progress makes them feel stuck, Or you making progress makes them feel some type of way, and you're just doing you. So here's the other thing that is coming up is some of you guys, because you're in your own lane and you're kind of doing your own thing, it's what's setting you apart, but it's also what's making you stronger in this field or in this situation. You guys could be leaning heavily into your spirituality, and people are kind of bugged. They're not bugged because of the spirituality, they're bugged because they're seeing what growth you're making or how you're approaching things. Very interesting. You might even feel this tension when you walk in the room at work, or when you walk into the office, or see someone's message, email, again, comment. Like, you're going to feel it, but I feel like you're going to address it very professionally if need be. So you guys have something cool going on this year. Not saying none of the other years have been cool, but I see something extra cool here. Let me see what it is. Why the world in reverse? Oh, bitch, you guys could have people competing for your lovin' too. It's like if you were having a snooze year, or if you were kind of feeling isolated, it feels like that changes. And for some of you, it is because of your spiritual path or your work, or how you're putting yourself out there, or what you've dedicated yourself to. A lot of you guys could be going through a glow up, like physical transformation, physical changes. Um, and it does seem like this year, it's a year for new beginnings, it's a year for love, and it's a year for offers. Now that doesn't mean they're all going to be good, and it doesn't mean that you're going to say yes to everything. The choice is going to be yours, but this is going to be the year where you kind of feel these, like, oh, things are coming to me, I'm not even looking, or I'm in my own lane, I'm keeping to myself. And people are watching, or people are observing. And there's good and bad to that. The bad being these little trolls over here. All right. So you're working hard for the money. You're like that Reba McEntire song, working two jobs with a single mom with two jobs song. But you're doing it. You're carrying this. I think you guys are going to be busy, maybe even too busy for love. Now, others of you could be wanting to find like the right type of partner, or, because you do so much on your own. All right. So you're focusing on ease or effortless, like things shouldn't be a struggle. And it's almost like you're simplifying your life, or you have. All right, tell me about these new beginnings. Why the Ace of Wands with the Fool? Messages for my group number twos. What are some of the major themes for them in 2025? New work, new work. It was that den. All right, so you're going to get some kind of new opportunity, or you're going to create something new that is going to attract people. There's going to be people that are going to want to work with you, and sometimes you're not going to be sure if it's a good idea or not. Tell me about the Five of Wands with the Eight of Swords. Messages for my group twos. Your existing workplace could change or create a position that you get, or there's a new department that you are in charge of, or you are given some kind of task, and it's going to be a lot to do, but this is for you. The situation and the circumstances aren't necessarily the best, but you're making the best of them. So this could be the people, or you're understaffed, or, we didn't talk out details before I started, and now I'm carrying this, but it feels like you're learning a lot. So it does feel like whatever this is pushes you out there, like people will be able to see you. And because of that, not everyone's going to know how to act. You may even be in a position to say no, or to stop something. Or there's gonna, yeah, this almost feels like it ruffles feathers, but I don't necessarily think it's your feathers that are being ruffled. All right, let's see what this world in reverse and this Knight of Cups is talking about. Why the world in reverse with the Knight of Cups? Thank you, Spirit. The Judgment. The Judgment. By the way, it's not called the Judgment. So silly. This could be revisiting an offer from the past or feelings, romantic feelings from the past. It doesn't have to be from the past, but Judgment is sometimes like again, or this is like open to dating again, or I don't know. I feel like people either want to take you out or are coming towards you. You're going to get an idea that you're going to want to kind of work on your own or work on your own. There we go. This could be about business or making money. There's a focus here on that. Some of you guys could be single parents. If that's not you, don't freak out. Then it's not. like like chill. All right. Anything else, please? What are some of the major themes? My group number twos coming up for them. 5 of Pentacles in reverse. We are bettering a situation. You may still be kind of thinking about the past just because you don't want to repeat the same mistakes. So you're coming off as being very empowered this year, and you're definitely shining in a like a brighter light. And because of that, the people around you are kind of buzzing. People be peopling. My group number twos. Well, let's see what your workflow and your money and your career are going to be like. Let's see if there's any major changes. Thank you, Spirit. Messages from my group number twos, please. Their money, their workflow, their career. What's going to be coming up for them in 2025? Is there any major changes for my group number twos when it comes to their money, their career, their finances? What do they need to know? Thank you, Spirit. Messages for my group number twos, please. Their money, career, and finances. What do they need to know? And their workflow in 2025. What can they expect? What's that going to be like? 7 of Pentacles in reverse. 7 of Swords. Justice. So this, it's interesting because what I'm getting here, it's almost like you're not, in order to like reach balance, this justice, it's like you can't pay attention. It's like you see them, but you're not giving them the time of day. And that 7 of Swords tells me that you're also faking it till you make it. You know, you're not showing people that you see them or that you're onto them or exactly what your next moves are. So this could be like you're not announcing what you're doing. You're only showing kind of certain things. Now, for others of you, you might have to invest heavily. This would be like money that maybe you don't have on hand right away in order to buy something that puts you in that position for that role. Or yeah, say you have to go somewhere and you have to buy something kind of expensive. I see a lot of movement forward for you guys in a very positive way. And like I said, it's like you're working with what you have, or it's like if there is these people around you, it's like you don't trust them, but at the same time, you're working with them. It's like I see you, but I'm not letting you know that I see you. We have the Page of Pentacles, the Chariot in reverse. You're going to know who to keep at arm's length. There's people that you might be collaborating with or working with or keeping on friendly terms, but you don't really, it's not anyone that you kind of have the intentions of moving forward with. You're also, again, we're not announcing our moves. We may even be playing it off like, no, yeah, no, I don't have that much going on, or oh, you know me, I've just been doing my own thing, and you're not going into detail. which isn't a bad thing to do. For those of you that are single parents, there is a need to say no to certain things. Yeah, and there's almost like a no, we're not doing that, or no, you can't have that. Something along those lines, where it's like going to be better for you to kind of do that now. There's a way that you're approaching things that's for the best. Tell me about the Justice card. Thank you, Spirit. Beware of anyone that you're kind of working with when it comes to legal counsel or telling you that it's a no. All right, so there's a lot of balance coming in. Maybe this is even advising some of you that if you do need someone that can help you budget better, you can find someone to help you make progress. That's not for everyone. Tell me about the Seven of Wands. Messages for my group number 2s, please. Their money, career, and workflow. Why the Seven of Wands? Three of Swords. Queen of Wands. Why the Nine of Wands? All right, so there's like a fear here of lack. There's something here that I feel you might be tempted. I don't know if you're tempted to say no, or if you're just like choosing something else, or if you're not kind of, I don't know if there's like a deep rooted kind of fear of not having enough. So it sometimes keeps you, or it's going to keep you from maybe moving forward or changing directions. Let's see, why the Eight of Wands with the Three of Swords? Why the Eight of Wands with the Three of Swords? The Two of Cups. Death in reverse. So there could be a partnership or a situation or something here. Maybe you feel like you haven't found the right partner. That could be it too, where you're exploring it, but you're not letting them know that maybe you don't really trust them, or you're not sure if this is going to move forward. I do see you trying to like have the right conversations, ask the right questions. It's almost like you're asking things to see where they're at. And I'm not sure why it's Three of Swords with how the things are progressing, but there's something that's disappointing you here with partnership, and you feel like you can't really get past that, or things here aren't able to get past that. If this is talking about love, this could be uncertainty if you're wasting your time and not trusting how things are moving forward. You have a lot of love and passion and creativity coming through this year. Why the Five of Pentacles over here? Tower in reverse. So you could be avoiding something. You could be avoiding this opportunity, or you feel like you don't have enough. But the Tower in reverse does talk about avoiding. Someone could be avoiding giving more to something. So there's a little bit of being in limbo. It could be tied to your love life or an offer that someone makes you. World in reverse. So there's a lot to think about here. It doesn't feel like you're going to kind of have a full resolution on that. It just seems like there's a lot of kind of going through it and processing. But like I said, overall, it feels like you're in a strong position. Now, for those of you that this is talking about an existing job, you could get news that is disappointing as to how they're moving forward. This could mean that something that they promised you that would get better, they decide to go in a different direction. And if it's not that, this could be talking about the earlier part where we talked about you possibly having to deal with or work with people that in like an environment that's going to be a little exhausting. if that's the case. All right, my group number twos. Let's get you guys some oracle cards, some words for your year ahead, and we're going to do astrology dice today. All right, thank you, Spirit. Messages for my group number twos, please. Messages for my group number twos. What can we know? What can you tell us? What are some key words for my group number twos 2025? Space, trust, abundance. All right, so some ghosts from the past coming back around. That could be that energy that is hard to kind of move past, but it's coming back around in order for you to kind of address it, or in order to help you move forward. I love this. So maybe you've been taking your space. Maybe you've been kind of isolated. I think we talked about that at the beginning. And now there's an energy here of being seen again, coming back around. I do think that whatever your goals and your focus are in order to get more money or abundance, health, like there's just this overall energy of improving. I do think that you are going to make progress in that. So situations are going to call you to have trust. We did talk about that with that Seven of Swords, uncertainty of how something's going to move forward. A lot of reflecting, and I do feel like your energy levels are going to be up during this time. We were picking up on, it's almost like vitality coming through. You're passionate, you're creative, you're feeling grounded. There's just, I would say, a minor little snags, minor friends. Which, what else can we ask for, huh? Not the 2020s coming for all of us. Who said 2020s is going to be my decade? I didn't. I swear to God. Right before, when we were going into New Year's, in the end of 2019, I remember saying, like, I don't know. And everyone was just so hyped. And then we just got hit with something we've never seen in our lifetimes, the damn pandemic. So weird to be living in these times. All right, friends, but we made it somehow. If you're listening to this, that means you made it too. All right, we have 6. Okay, no, 9. Not the dyslexia coming through. 4, 94, 89, 84, 85, 95, 93, 91, 97, 87, 81. All right, we have Gemini and Aquarius, so heavy air signs. Oh, I accidentally knocked that over to say moon, but that was on Mars. So, oh, and we'll keep that right there. All right, friends. So I kind of feel like this year is going to be a year of any work, anything you commit to better yourself, your health, your situation, like I said, your vitality. There's a lot of energy supporting your growth in that. There could be new ideas as well, new experiences, both of these air signs coming through. It's always a reminder to think outside the box. It's also a reminder to communicate and how you kind of I know Leo is more about image, but there is something here about how this energy kind of manifests on the outside and how others view you. So I do think that your image is going to be impactful this year in some way. All right. You guys could be getting into your groove of things. April and May might be an important time of year for you. Something might be coming up around that time. Some of you guys will be having, some of you guys might be having a dream, or if you get stoned, you might have like an idea that comes through that's like worth writing down. That is so specific, but we'll go with it. All right. That could even mean, if it's so random, I'm not encouraging this, but if you guys dream like numbers, you could, go to a slot machine and then they pop up and you win, or you're playing some numbers. There's something here that's encouraging your expansion and your growth. You're also encouraged to have fun this year, whenever you can or however you can. It's almost like incorporating like more joy, which I think you will be. Group number 2 is your energy coming through for the upcoming year ahead feels pretty nice. So I don't know. That's what I got for you today, friends. I hope you enjoyed your reading. I hope it resonated. Please take care of yourselves, and I'll catch you at the next one. Thanks, guys. Hello, my group number threes. If you picked the sticker, then welcome to your reading, friends. Today, we're going to be looking into what this upcoming year ahead has in store for you, my group number threes. What can you expect in 2025? What are some of the major themes that are going to be coming up for you? And what does your workflow, your money, and your career look like? And is there any major changes that are going to be happening for you in any of those areas? A reminder though, friends, this is a collective reading on YouTube, so make sure you use your own discernment. If you're not vibing with the energy I'm picking up on, if it sounds confusing, or if you've been there, done that, and not looking to repeat it, it just probably, all those feelings probably mean it's not your story, and that's okay. That does happen, friends. All right, let's get to it. Thank you so much for joining me here today, babies. And thank you, Spirit, for allowing me to channel these messages today for my group number threes. Messages for my group number threes, please. Messages for my group number threes. What can we know? What can you tell us this upcoming year, 2025? What are some of the major themes that are going to be coming up for my group number threes? What are some of the major themes coming up for my group number threes in this upcoming year ahead? Thank you, Spirit. Messages for my group number threes, please. What are some of the major themes coming up for my group number threes in this upcoming year ahead in 2025? Thank you, Spirit. Messages for my group number threes, please. What are some of the major themes coming up for them in 2025? Messages for my group number threes. We have the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. We have the Nine of Cups. Okay, someone might be someone might be I don't know, coupled up with that Nine of Pentacles in reverse. Is like, I'm not free anymore. I'm not single anymore. Now, if it's not that it's romance, but I do feel like romance is kind of a highlight. If it's not that, maybe you're giving love to others and you're really fulfilled by it. But we're gonna come back to that in a second. Thank you, Spirit. Messages for my group number threes. What are some of the major themes coming up for them in 2025? The Hermit. All right. Justice. All right. And then we have the Ace of Cups. So you could have something new come up in your life that's going to take up a lot of your time, or you're going to be, yeah, this is a focus. Page of Pentacles. Tell me why the Queen of Cups. This could be work. You landed that dream job, or you're in a position where you're learning and it feels great, but there's a but. You're not free anymore, is what I'm getting. Now, for others of you, this is like the feeling of boyfriend or girlfriend, right? I'm dealing with someone and it feels like a couple. It feels newer, or it feels like we're getting to know each other. So this could even be a friend that develops into more. This could, for some of you, this is someone you're going to be able to rely on financially. I laugh when I say that because I know someone's rejoicing. If you need to, that could just be indicator again that it's work that's fulfilling you. And now, if this is work and doesn't have to do with a romantic relationship, then you love the job, but it's not paying you the most. There might be promise that with time you're going to make more. So you're just kind of chilling and letting time pass, or, you're just, it's almost like, I'm happy to be here. Now, if this is romance, this is telling me that you are dating someone. Yeah, no, you're dating someone, but you're keeping it to yourself. Yeah, you may not be telling anyone, or this is just kind of it's really quiet. We have Virgo and Aries coming through, and Libra. Virgo, Aries, Libra. So, all right, I just had to say them again slow to myself to make sense. Why the Hermit? All right, we have a King of Cups in reverse. So if you are dealing with someone, you're getting to know each other, but this is someone that really they don't share how they feel, or they keep it to themselves. So even though you're happy with the way things are going, there's secrecy here. I can't help but feel that way. That we don't have to call it a secret, but let's say privacy. There we go. Thank you, Spirit. Privacy. But I do think you might be dealing with someone that's emotionally, you know what, how this person would show you, they show through their material world. They want to provide. So they will pay for you. They will maybe buy you things. It's like their love language is different. It's not, this person doesn't open up emotionally. Now, some of you, this could be, flipping the coin over because not everyone, it's about one thing or another. For others of you, you could be taking a break or keeping kind of, there's something you might be keeping to yourself about how you feel. Overall, though, I still think you're keeping something to yourself. All right, they're derailing me from that, going that way, because that it just doesn't feel right. Okay, tell me why the Nine of Pentacles in reverse with the Ace of Cups. Yeah, there's an ease to this. There's an ease, or you're not worried anymore. It's like what you've been wanting, you have, whether that's a companionship or a, a new friend. I think it's more than friendship, though, if that is the case. If it's not, then this is someone that you're going to be able to experience a lot of fun things with, or new adventures. Yeah. And others of you, maybe you're just overall focused on, if this is a new job, you're focused on that. And maybe you're putting your love life kind of on hold. You're not really focused on that. So it's just going to depend. All right. But I am feeling strongly that for a lot of you, this is you're dealing with a person that feels like it's a start to some type of relationship. And I say some type because if it's not romantic, then maybe it's a business relationship where they are coming in and funding. Why the Nine of Cups with the Page of Pentacles? No, this person brings excitement to your life, or something here brings like passion and excitement back to your life. You and this person are looking to build together. You guys get along really well, or you finally like met your people. If it's a job, it's like you enjoy it. You feel like these are my people. I finally, a place that gets it, or an environment that gets it. And if it's someone that you are dealing with romantically, you guys, it almost feels like the conversations or the interactions you guys have, there's a lot of information that's exchanged, or a lot of ideas, or you kind of realize how much you guys have in common. Tell me why the Knight of Cups with the Fool. Thank you, Spirit. Messages for my group number threes. Why the Knight of Cups with the Fool? What are some of the major themes coming up for my group threes in 2025? Why the Knight of Cups with the Fool? Why is this so damn effortless? I mean, we want it to be, but shit. Okay. Um, so yeah, it feels like there's an ease to things. Which way do you want to go? Reverse. All right, so there's this, I don't know if something here has been a while, or if you're keeping away from certain people. This could also be that you're not sharing with other people that you're experiencing this. You're keeping it close to your chest. Yeah, because you're like, you don't want anyone knowing your blessings, or you don't want people knowing your business before a certain point, before you're sure, or before you're comfortable. All right, so there is a new beginning here that is going to be it's going to challenge you because of what you're used to versus what this person brings, or versus the reality of things. What else, please? Anything else? What are some of the major themes coming up for my group threes? Something about Leo season. You're taking a break, or you're laying low. You're holding back. Again, there's an energy here of I'm holding back because, but there's happiness. But bitch, you're presenting as being real zen on the outside. You're like, don't look at me. There ain't nothing to see here. Uh-huh. It's like you don't want attention on something. Now, on the flip side, this also tells me that you might be laying low or taking a break around the summer while you work on a new idea or a new passion project that you're trying to launch by Libra season. So you could be taking something real serious by that time, and you kind of go a little ghost, not as active online or not, your friends. If you talk, you're not really going deep into what's going on with you, perhaps. It just seems like you're preparing something. Yeah, no, there's something important about Libra season, Leo through Libra. So August, September, October. Yeah. One more on this, please. One more. Why the Three of Cups in reverse? You could be ignoring something. Yeah, you could be ignoring going out, separating yourself. It's almost like you're trying to go stoic, even though you're not. You're this puddle of love over here. All right, so interesting, friends. I hope that made sense. Okay, here's the thing. It's that because you're going to decide to avoid or hold back or not say anything because you don't want to answer questions and you don't have it all sorted out yourself either. So you're just going to go with it. And once the results are in, or once you have better footing, better grounding, it's almost like then you'll deal with it. All right. So you're being strategic. But you got some fun stuff going on over here. I don't know what this is, but open up that pocketbook, perhaps, friends. Those of you looking for a business partnership or for a job or for love, I don't know. Something's incoming. My group number threes. Make sure to check out your love reading for 2025. That did just post yesterday. I'll link it. All right. Thank you, Spirit. Messages for my group number threes, 2025. Their finances, their career, and their workflow. What's going to happen there? Are there any big major changes when it comes to their career, their money, their workflow? What can we know? What can you tell us? Thank you, Spirit. Messages for my group number threes, money, career, finances in 2025. What can they expect? What can my group number threes expect? What can they expect in their money, career, and finances? We have King of Wands in reverse. Five of Pentacles. All right, big balla, shot caller. This makes me think of flashy spending. I can't help it. Baby girl deserves treats. It's almost like what it feels like. Yeah, you guys could be spending on something shiny, but that just means maybe like a high ticket item. If it's not that, it just feels like you're being seen or your success is like heading your way, and it's been a long time coming. So you are going to experience leveling up this year. Thank you, Spirit. Messages for my group number threes, their money, career, finances, workflow in 2025. Yeah, this has been a long time coming. There is something here about how we either view our finances or the long-term plan. This could even be like you haven't made this kind of money in ever or for a while, and now we're having to kind of relearn to make it work for us, or even learn from the first time ever, perhaps, how to make it work for us. Now, I am seeing that there is something here that you're either doing or you're spending on that doesn't help kind of contribute to your long term. So we'll see what that's talking about in a minute. Thank you, Spirit. Messages for my group number threes, their money, career, and finances. Why the Five of Pentacles in reverse? You guys might come up on an unexpected sum of money, or on like a payment, like a big payment or something. It seems like it's not consistent to some degree, or this type of funds that come in, It's like it's not an all the time thing. So you guys might choose to buy yourselves something nice, maybe with some kind of bonus or tax return or something. So your hard work is paying off and it is showing this year. You're going to see it and you're going to feel it. If you guys want to be self like sustained, work for yourselves, I think for those of you that do, I think you're getting you're seeing results, but a challenge is going to be your schedule. Uh, Advice that's coming in without even asking is talking about working on time management or budgeting or something. It's almost like the way you're operating isn't kind of sustainable for some of you, or again, it could just be something about committing to a routine. But other than that, though, I mean, things look good. You're getting recognition that you want. Again, there's a feeling here of it's been a long time coming. Along the way, so you guys could be aligning with important partnerships this year. I do think it's an important year for you guys when it comes to other people and the support we get from them. To what degree it could, it could be different. For some of you, it's that you finally get in a relationship or get in a business partnership with someone that helps you grow and understands you, and they're not just there for their own kind of reasons. There's a feeling here of you might be kind of aligning yourself with the right people who in return you're now kind of seeing advancements, but it's like work that you've done. It's like you're you're independent, and so you've aligned this. Now for others of you, this does not have to do with partnership, and this Two of Cups is yourself. It's you coming into union with yourself, and it's going to take you a while because you're not used to something. You're a little like a leaf in the wind, perhaps, sometimes where one day doesn't look like the others. And that's totally fine. I completely get it. But there is something here that we need to get serious on. And I think you will be. It's almost like when the flashy wears off or whenever the something kind of passes, I think you're going to start to make the progress that you want. I do see you guys saving more as the year progresses. There is either a goal or there's something that you want to do that you are saving up for. This is by choice, is what it feels like, especially with that King of Cups. It's maturity. Maturity is making you plan differently and allocate your funds differently. I see some of you guys are going to be opening different accounts, or, and I don't necessarily see heavy investing, but I do see separation and more containment. Whereas maybe now you have your fun spending all mixed in with everything. So there is no real cap to it, and then maybe in the future, you're going to be like, okay, this is what I save. This is what I need for this. And this is my fun money. So it could be something like that. All right. So you guys are going to be learning, and you're going to be learning something or viewing your money or your time differently, or what you're kind of giving to. So there is a sense of maturity um, throughout the year, where, like I said, we're going into it a little loosey goosey. We might be excited, where it's a little unhinged at times, perhaps. Baby girl deserves everything she wants. I get it. Or baby boy, baby person. But this is going to be coming from you, and you're going to be happy about it for whatever it is that you're saving up on. Listen, you are so fucking private this year. That keeps coming through in your social life and in your work. All right. You guys could be saving up to maybe do something with others, maybe host or go somewhere. Some kind of goal is what I'm seeing, something you've always wanted to do. That King of Cups tells me, but you're being very contained about it. You're also loving what you do. This is literally like the type of thing where, um, however you're spending your days or your time, I think you're happy with your life. So for those of you that don't like your job, it's not like impeding on your life in a way that makes you kind of miserable. At least not the energy I'm picking up on. There's always someone that's miserable, but that's individual. That's not the person I'm reading today. The person I'm reading today strives for more. And even though they have a hard time committing sometimes, they do end up pulling through. All right. So if that sounds like you, this might be for you. All right. Let's see. Anything else? Messages for my group number 3s, please. Their money, career, finances, and workflow. What else can we know? Anything else? The devil. You're going to be working real hard. Yeah, at times you're like overdoing it. It's hard for you to take time off. That's also another reason why it's easy for you to be private, because it's like you become obsessed, or some of you get frustrated and then you want to do something a little unhinged. You want to go out. It's also when, okay, so here's a little tip slash advice that's coming through. You get like this when you feel pigeonholed and like you don't have options. So if in moments you feel frustrated or like it's a sign that you're overdoing it, and they're telling you step back, take a breather, literally go touch grass, go see the world, or just change it up. Remind yourself that you have options. You're not stuck in anything. Sometimes it's your own choice to kind of get into this devil mode, not the devil mode. But I do see you guys really focused on a goal, especially those of you that work for yourselves. Uh, Maintaining a balance between overdoing it and stepping away is going to be something to work through. All right. All right. You guys are going to be, there's something here by the end of 2025 that you guys are going to be at a different level of your career, your money, your success than you are right now. So right now it's like going up, right? You haven't peaked yet with whatever this energy is. All right, my group number 3 is, that's awesome. I'm into it. Hope you guys are. Let's get you guys some words for your year ahead. Thank you, Spirit. Words for my group number 3's upcoming year ahead. Keywords for them, please. Thank you, Spirit. My group number 3's illumination. That always reminds me of Minions, because they always yell illumination before. We have sadness. There could be light being, there's light shining on your sadness. Reflection. All right. So thinking back, you could be reflecting on the bad times. That makes you extra grateful for your success. You're realizing something that the sad times taught you. We have caution. They've shown you to move more cautiously. And we have rest. So your body, okay, caution is that devil energy, and rest. You guys, when you get in your moods, half of the time it's going to be because you're doing it to yourself. You're overdoing it. You're in devil mode. So if you remember that, I think that'll help you kind of bring into awareness. I see good things. That's that caution. It's that devil. And it's cautioning you to rest. You have to take care of your body, friends, so that you can, eat better, sleep better, move it, help the energy move through. Of course, if you're able-bodied, to do these things, so that whatever it is that you are exerting your energy on, it's not like completely depleting you. It can also help you think more clearly as well. All right, it says the person that forgets to eat till God knows what time. I'm working on it. All right, my group number 3s. Let's get you guys some dice before we close out your reading. Oh, this almost fell out. All right, we'll put that little guy there. That's Mercury, so something about communication. And then we have Gemini. So yeah, speaking, communicating could be important. There's something important about springtime, April, March through June could be important. All right, let's put that there. Someone could have an air sun sign, doesn't have to be. Or someone is going to be recognized. Someone might be giving a speech or doing some speaking to a group this year. Yeah, you guys, if that's for you, you have something important and impactful. You have an impact to make. People admire you because of your communication or because of your thoughts. You're meant to do this. You may have even done this in a past life. We have 4, 8, 12, 13, 97, 89, 54, 43. All right. My group number threes, I was just being quiet and seeing if there's anything else. I think that's it. My group number threes, that is what I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed your reading. I hope it resonated, but more than anything, I hope it's helpful for your 2025. If you guys would like to check out the 2024 predictions and let me know how they went, did anything come true? Was it accurate at all? I don't know, guys. I'm always blown away by your guys' stories. But listen, I appreciate you guys so much. Please take care of yourselves, and I'll catch you at the next one. Thanks, guys.